aboard at the Hyperfixation Station. My name is Quinlan, and holy heck, that new chapter of RWBY. I have thoughts. What the heck did Oscar just do? Let's figure this out together. That is the biggest cliffhanger that we have had. Probably. Not maybe ever. Like, I mean, the Jin's Lost Fable one is pretty up there. I just mean this volume. And there've been a lot of cliffhangers this volume. And so I wanted to make this video before the next thingy comes out, and you know what? I'm okay with there being an extra week. I know it's a huge cliffhanger, and I want to know what happened to my son and what's going on there and everything, but I'm okay with it because it gives me time to not only get the copyright claim up so I can show the reaction, but also because it gives me time to make this video and also theorize, and also the other one that I just finished recording. But this video is going to be a lot shorter. So what just happened? That magic thing that Oscar just did. Let's try to think about what it could be. I replayed it in slow motion so many times trying to figure out what it might be. I will say it's interesting that there is orange lightning in it. So like there's the possibility of being like, you know, a lot of people see orange as kind of Oscar's color versus Oz's being green, but I mean, they both have green aura. Oz's is just darker, and the Kane's aura, or the aura stored in the Kane, is the dark green that Oz has. Whether post-merge Oscar's aura is going to be that dark green, or it's just going to be somewhere in between, which would really be hard to notice. Doesn't really matter, doesn't really affect it, but the point is that there isn't a point. It's just the thing that I am noting, and the thing that I'm noting is that there is orange zaps in there now, which there weren't before, but Oscar had just used magic against Salem, and that apparently accelerates the merging process, which I theorized about! I'm so happy that I'm right. Because Ozpin's been acting a lot more like Oscar ever since Oscar unlocked magic. I made a whole video about that just a moment ago, but here though, I don't know why there's orange. I don't know if it's a different spell or attack. There's also gold. There's a lot that you could notice, a lot that I didn't notice, a lot I don't know about, but you know what I did notice is that it looks like a clock. It looks like a clock, and we know that the Kane can store time. What did he do? What did he do? But yeah, look at it, look at it, look at it, and tell me it doesn't look like a clock. Tell me that doesn't look like a clock. So, of course, let's look at what is the clock doing. Look at what time it looks like it's pointed at. It looks like it is between 2 and 3, and we know that midnight has already passed because chapter 6 was midnight, and it's not yet morning. So it is sometime between midnight and any sunrise, which would probably be like 5 or 6 a.m. and it really doesn't seem like it's been passed that much, like it's night. So it is between, let's say, 12 and 5-ish, but I'm gonna say that looks like it's pointed at almost 3 o'clock, and that very, very much seems like the time that it could be right now. Why is this interesting? You know what? You know what happens between 12 and 4 a.m.? You know what 3 a.m. is? You know what that's called? Do you know what 3 a.m. is? The witching hour. And you know that Volume 8 is doing that thing with the double meanings in titles. You know it. It's witch, and it's the witching hour is happening. It seems like it's almost there, and that this might be pausing. It's possible that storing time is like pausing it. It's possible that he is trapping himself and Salem and Hazel in some sort of suspended moment in time. I'll get to that in a moment. Let me get back to the witching hour. It says, in folklore, the witching hour or devil's hour is a time of night typically between 12 and 4 a.m. and when you look up more specifically, 3 a.m. that is associated with supernatural events, whereby witches, demons, and ghosts are thought to appear and be at their most powerful. That makes me think that whenever, like if he froze time and whatever it restores, whenever it gets to 3 a.m., I feel like that might be Salem's finest hour or something like that. Like Salem might be at her most powerful or something. I'll get to the ghost part too, because who's dead? Who's a dead person who's here right now? Who's like a kind of a ghost? Who's kind of living rent-free in Oscar's head? Welp! And also, it would do the thing that RWBY seems to like to do with the little hints. The description for the episode Witch says the clock is ticking on the rescue mission. The clock is ticking. I bet they did that and they feel all clever, and that when that happens they'll be like, ha ha ha, we gave you a hint. So that is possible, that it's like, that looks like a clock. It's possible that that's a thing that he is. And also the audio cue. If you listen to the audio, when he uses the magic, it's like or something like that. Like, it sounds like time is slowing down to a stop. I'm thinking he may have frozen them in time. And I'm thinking that what that might mean is that Salem and Hazel will be frozen like that. And that's like, as Hazel said, do it. Like he knows that there's a self-sacrificial element to it. Like, he looks like he's almost dead, but if Oscar freezes time, it's possible that it will prolong Hazel's death. He'll just sit there choking for as long as it's paused, while Salem is there burning and screaming for as long as it's paused, but unable to regenerate, and Hazel unable to die because no time is passing. I don't know what Oscar's plan was there. Like, you were supposed to escape. She'll just come after us. Of course she'll come after you. But you won't be there. Like, they came to rescue you. What are you doing? I mean, it's going to depend on what it is that he's doing or what his plan is. Like, it might be completely genius. I don't know. So I won't complain on that. I'll cut him some slack because I don't know what he's doing and I don't know what that is. Because, like, if he froze time for that, what are you trying to do? Just buy them time to escape? They were already escaping. They just had you. Can Oscar stop getting separated from the group for 2 minutes? This is the 6th time in the past 2 days in universe. Past 2 days, he has been separated from the group 6 times, going missing or getting kidnapped or getting left behind because Neo attacked. Like, let him be a part of the team. Let him have friends. Let him not be hurt and used as a punching bag all the time. Anyway, back to theory. I will say that I think it would be very interesting, and if I call it right now, I'll be so happy that next episode, or at least the next applicable episode to what just happened, God, I really hope that they don't make us wait. Like, I really hope that next episode isn't, like, just focused on, like, I do want to see, like, Hacked Penny and what's going on with Crow and Robin and Ironwood and what's happening with Team Ribbon, or Rainbow. But I feel like on a cliffhanger that big, you have to follow up on it in the next episode. Regardless, what if, hear me out, the next episode is titled Wizard? Because that one was Witch, the next one could be Wizard, and it could be Oscar, Ozpin, some stuff happening. I don't think it's going to be like a full Oscar-y Oz episode the way that this last one kind of was. But if they really are going to finalize the merge this volume, which I really think that it seems like they're gonna, watch the video that I link, if they're gonna merge this volume, they might have some more content coming up. We might get a chapter called Wizard, and it would be about Oscar and Oz. Not entirely, but like it would involve whatever the heck Oscar just did. And I think we would get a little bit more information about the merge, or about what's going on with them, because they did say that every time they use magic, Oscar can feel them merging more. He did not specify what that means, what merging feels like, but it's clear that he's not losing parts of himself. I won't get into that. I'm not going to get into Oscar being his own person because I just did, like, talked for hours recording that. But yeah, I don't think that what he did is going to finalize the merge. I do not think so. There's too much that's left to happen. I think that if the merge finalizes, it's going to be in chapter 13 or chapter 14 for specific reasons, because this is chapter 9 and the last 3 volumes have had chapter 9 be a thing. Anyway, I'm not gonna, I already did all of that. But what this did, it's possible that they're frozen in time so that that can happen. It's possible also, I've seen the theory about them being teleported to or suspended in a kind of pocket dimension while this happens. It's also possible that we will have the first episode of the volume to not start with a black fade in and rather start with a white fade in, or fade out. Or yeah, fade in. So like, it's possible that this might be the first one that starts with the white screen, because the show has had a thing in the past where it will leave a cliffhanger and then not follow up on it until the episode after next, or until the end of the next episode. And I feel like with the addition of the new writers and stuff, it feels like that's a lot less common now. I feel like they've learned how to make a cliffhanger have a satisfying continuation next. And this is just a huge cliffhanger, so I'm hoping that we get something about it next episode. Yeah, I don't think it's going to finalize the merge. I don't think it's going to kill Oscar. I don't think we're losing Oscar, guys. He's not going to die. He's not going to cease to exist and be totally taken over. But I don't know what he did. So this theory video is hardly a theory video at all. It's very short, but I wanted to point out that it looks like a clock. It looks like the witching hour is what it's being pointed at. And it sounds like the audio cue is slowing down. do y'all have thoughts about what that could mean? Because I need to know, I need to hear them. I want to theorize with you guys. If anyone's watching this, I've never done RWBY stuff on this channel before, but I'm turning this channel into a hyperfixation channel. Because none of them stay. They'll come and go. Yeah, it's very possible that the next applicable chapter will pick up on it. Time will have been frozen or paused in some sense, whether it's in a bubble or whether it's just for one person or what it could mean. And then the next time when time starts up again and it gets to the witching hour, Salem's gonna do something huge when it's the witching hour. Don't know what, but the witching hour is also about ghosts and the god husband as well, so like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I don't know. This isn't a crazy super theory video, but I was gonna make this video a little bit more well-rounded, and then as I was recording it, I realized, oh, I'm just talking about the merge in general and the reincarnation process and why I don't think it works the way that Crow and Iron would seem to think it works, etc. And then I was like, this is too long. I filmed or recorded for like hours, so I just wanted to make this one its own. So now it feels a lot less substantial. But whatever, there's my theory, the witching hour, another chapter titled Wizard. It's clock, stored time, he is using that stored time. I don't know if it would be like if you store time, let's see, I'm just gonna think now, out of nowhere. Stores time in the long memory, right? What would happen if you were to release that time? Would you be accelerating it? Would you be rewinding it? Would you be freezing it? I mean, I don't think rewinding it makes, or I don't know, man, I don't know. Just adding additional time to the time that you have right now, which would be, it doesn't, yeah, adding time to where you are now would basically be, you know, slowing down time or stopping time, I guess. It's like, I've stored the magic, I will now, or time, now I will use the time, now I have extra time. AKA, the world is paused. I don't know. Wonder if she could get killed. Like, when time is frozen because she can't regenerate. Would it freeze all of time? Like with Jin? Because Phoenix Knight made a video that was like, oh, so long as this world turns, you shall walk its face. And it's like, well, if you freeze the world and she's there to hear Jin, you kill her, it's like the world's not there. But I don't think that's how that curse works because, you know, the gods are probably not like, oh, well, yeah, you got us there, that's a cool loophole. Like, no, they didn't like make a contract and then this is a loophole for it. I feel like even if she summons the gods with the worlds divided, I feel like they just destroy the world and put her on a different planet. And then that world turns and she walks its face. They're not gonna give her what she wants just because she did worse things this time. Like, they're not gonna give her what she wants for doing the same thing that gave her the punishment in the first place, just on a larger scale. I feel like they'll just destroy Remnant and then just move her elsewhere to be alone again. Although I wonder if then they would move Ozma over there too, because they just seem to love him being there just to torture Salem. The gods are so petty. I don't even know if they think that it's possible. I don't know if the God of Light thinks that it's possible to unite all of humanity, because they were given, the whole point of humans was that they were given the ability to choose light and darkness within them. That was the point of the creation of humans, was to have both light and darkness. And now the God of Light shows up and is like, fix the whole world and make sure that everyone chooses me. Otherwise, we'll kill you. Come on, dude. I think it's interesting the God of Darkness was like notably absent from that conversation. And also like, oh, a tragedy's befallen your home at the hands of my brother. Like, you didn't have anything to do with that? Come on, man. So it's very possible that it's an impossible task. And because that's the thing, is humans are going to fight. There's always going to be darkness in the world. Similar to, you know, the whole like, oh, well, there's no point to fighting because Salem can't be killed. It's like, that's like saying just because we can't get rid of evil or suffering in the world entirely doesn't mean we shouldn't fight against, you know? I probably used wrong devil negatives in that sentence, I don't know, but you get my meaning. It's like, yeah, the Grimm are a constant, they just accepted, like, yeah, we just fight back against them. It's like, yeah, fight back. Pushing her back, prolonging her, that is saving lives. That is worth something. You are making a difference. Regardless of how you stop Salem, I really don't think the whole like, oh, well, he can't destroy her, maybe someone else can destroy her. Like, I feel like that's missing the point. Like, that's too easy of an answer. I feel like it's, you can't destroy her. But, you know, there's that whole, like, you must learn the importance of life and death, and I don't even know what that means, so I'm not going to theorize about what that means in this video. I made this way too long for what I wanted, because I realized that I didn't have a conclusive thing, because this video was going to be, what is Oscar's fate in Volume 8, but then I made a whole video about the merging process, so... But yeah, no, I think Oscar's still going to be Oscar, because in Remnant, your soul is what you make of it. Look at Penny. She has an old man's soul, but it's her soul. It's the soul of a young woman. She got the maiden powers. That's how it happened. There's a lot there. So I'll just end this video with a pretty open-ended. Just what do you guys think? The witching hour, the clock, storing time. What could happen? I don't know. The thing that's the most confusing to me is like, what would he do? Like freezing time. What purpose would that serve? You gotta escape, boy. You can come back to fight her later if you want. Well, I guess maybe he thinks that there's something you can do. I don't know. It really depends on whatever just happened there. But just wanted to say those are my thoughts. Alright, I'm gonna get off this train now. Bye!